Hey, what is going on? Welcome to Beautiful Start Podcast. And so I wanted to get on real fast and talk about uh stop feeling guilty about the choices that you are making and that you want to make in your life. Because a lot of times uh people out there like to make women feel guilty about where they want to be in their life now. Like, let's say, for instance, you've been married majority of your life, right? Married for 20 plus years, 30 years, been with somebody for 15 years, been with somebody for 10 years, hell, been with somebody for 5 years. You've been in a relationship, you uh gave, a significant amount of your time to this person, and this person may have been good to you. You feel what I'm saying? Because not all marriages ends because it's bad, or because you know um things are not the way the person want it to be. Some people just fall out of love with people. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't love their spouse the same as time progresses. Some people grow together, some people grow apart, and some people just love differently. You feel what I'm saying? But it's up to us to figure out what it is that we want for our lives in this particular point in time, because at the end of the day, if you no longer in love with somebody, right, and you no longer want to be romantically involved with them, and you want to move on, and it doesn't have to be anything that's bad or negative on their spouse's end, because a lot of times people feel like, for a marriage to end, it has to be on bad terms, everything is all bad. Sometimes it becomes bad or ends on bad terms is because it's a lack of communication. You know what I'm saying? They're not communicating what it is that they want, or whatever. But anyway, the whole point that I'm trying to make is, don't feel guilty about walking away from a relationship you no longer want to be in, whether it ended on good terms or bad terms. At the end of the day, it's your life, and you have to just make decisions that you can live with, that you want for your life in this particular time. A lot of people talk about, loyalty and being a down woman for your man. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the days, we had this term that we used to use, ride or die chick. Yeah, you a ride or die, or you know, you holding your man down. Listen, in a relationship, we make sacrifices and we do things for our spouses, partners, whatever have you, right? But you don't owe this person your whole life. I'm sorry. Like, I'm drinking water for inquiring minds out there. Yeah, so you don't owe this person your entire life. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's why some people, like, in relationships and in certain, marriages, as the years they be together for a long time, then they figure out different ways to, you know, have their relationship, and it's healthy, it works for them, right? And some people, they just start being on some petty, going back and forth. It's like, at the end of the day, I me personally, I'm not with that petty going back and forth, like, oh yeah, some tip for tat type of energy. To me, that's little kid stuff. That's nothing for grown women. You feel what I'm saying? Like, all that, oh yeah, he did this to me, so I'm gonna do that to him. Or, like, what's the point of going back and forth in a relationship? Like, once a dude play you, do something that is just like ultimately embarrassing. Like, when somebody do some grimy ish to you, That's it. It's time to it's time to throw the whole damn relationship in the trash. A lot of times, people is even on this whole social media, you see people doing like the whole Facebook post, the Instagram post, and talking about their spouse and all that stuff, and dragging them for filth, and then turning right around and being right with that person, and you think that that's gonna your relationship is gonna be healthy. You think the relationship really is going to be healthy, especially like when one part of you don't want to be with this person no more, and then another part of you is remembering how good it was, or that love that you may feel, right? Because at the end of the day, you could love somebody, but then you could not like the choices or the things that they're making, like the decisions that they're making, or the choices that they're making, putting them on a certain path that can be destructive, right? Because sometimes people are in relationship with people who are just like, they don't have it together. They just all over the damn place. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, just toxic and negative and just so consuming. And to me, I honestly feel like, what's the point of being like breaking up with somebody, then going back with them, like being in this like a on and off type of vibe? And I'm like, yo, ain't nobody got time for that. Like, I don't know, like when you younger, you know, your perception on relationships is a little bit different. Younger people tend to be more lenient with certain things, even some older people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for those older people who haven't necessarily grown into their mature self, and they still on that petty stuff, like, tit for tat type of energy. You feel what I'm saying? Rather than just being a mature adult and walking away from a certain situation, or really going after whatever it is that they want for their life. You know what I'm saying? Rather than self-sabotaging and staying in a relationship that's like emotionally and verbally abusive, and where it's like you're having more sad days than happy days. That's crazy. You know? Like, even to be in a miserable state, you know? I'm just saying, like, uh no relationship is perfect or whatever like that, but my thing is, as a grown ass woman, uh you make choices that's going to benefit you and that you want for yourself, not the vice versa. Everybody, you know could look into your relationship, but they really don't know what's going on. Like, people don't know what's going on in people's lives unless people tell them. You know, some people are quiet about the things that they're going through in their relationships, and other people are more vocal or whatever. But if if it's more negative than positive, then that's a problem. I just honestly feel like it's a problem. But until the person in a relationship, until they see it is a problem, then it's just like, it could be whatever, you know? It's your world. It's what you want for your world. You feel what I'm saying? Like, how you want your relationship to be like, or what you want, and not even allowing no one to make you feel guilty. Like, oh my God, you guys been together for like 20 years and you just throwing it away like it's nothing. Like, listen, people grow apart. You could still be friends with somebody you was in a relationship with, you know? friends from a distance, you know. That's why like other couples, they kind of like explore uh different different methods within their marriage, right? Some people gonna like uh work on their marriage because they don't want to, they honestly want to make, they both want to make it work, they both want to be there, but it's some things that they have to work through, you feel what I'm saying? But when you have one person that don't want to be there and another person that want to be there, that's a problem. Or if you have somebody who trying to force you to be something that you're not, right? That's worse. You know what I'm saying? You got to be pretending to be around this person, or you got to be on eggshells, right? Some people marriages is like, it's like one partner wants some type of control while the other person is just on some doing obeying this person. And they don't want it to be like that. You know what I'm saying? They want to govern themselves or do what they want to do. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't that much of a compromise and sacrifice. I'm sorry. Like, you got to be fake to be in a relationship, to be married to somebody. You got to pretend every day. Like, come on now. You playing a role that you don't even want to play no more. Like, a lot of people walking around playing these roles that they don't even want to play those roles don't no more. And they miserable. And they doing all this to make someone else happy. But it's like, when you want to make yourself happy? Just like there's some woman out there, right, who been in relationships with guys forever, for a long time, right? And then they spouse come up to them and try to introduce like this whole polygamy thing, right? Because there's a lot of it's people out there that have non-traditional marriages and stuff like that. Hey, it's your world, do what you want to do, right? That's how I see it, right? And they introducing these like polygamy to the plate, to the bring polygamy to their situation. Like, oh, the guy's like, oh yeah, I want to be with multiple women and all that stuff. And a lot of these guys that's introducing this new wave, it's not really a it's not really a new wave. This is something that has been ongoing for the longest. I would say like over 20 years. I've have known about like polygamy and stuff like that, right? But then they want to bring another woman to their relationship, but they be broke. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times you have these guys, they be broke, they ain't got no money, but then they want to have multiple women when you can't even take care of yourself and a wife that you do have, but you want to have multiple women, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason. Like some people or make it into like this religious thing, or maybe it could be another reason, right? But the point I'm trying to make is a lot of them is doing it kind of like, to me, backwards, because it's like the guy want to be on some dominating ish, you feel what I'm saying, like in terms of they want to be they want to be seen as this powerful man. What a whole he is, they be broke and they be using these women for their money. They be using these they be recruiting women, right? And I say recruiting women because they don't really have shit to offer. They don't have nothing to offer at all. They don't have nothing to offer. But it's like you want to recruit women to be a part of whatever it is that you're trying to create, but you can't even do nothing. You leading these women absolutely nowhere, to their demise and your demise. And it's like people are utilizing the information that they have learned for pleasure seeking. You know, they could deceive certain women to feel like, oh, they're gonna be in a certain type of situation where it's like empowering, but then through the long run, they just setting these women up to be in a abusive state. To be in an abusive state, because a lot of times these guys is isolating these women from people who love and care about them, so that they could program their mind to believe whatever it is that they want them to believe. And then on top of that, it's like, oh, they could have multiple wives, but then their wives can't have multiple husbands. And it just becomes like this, to me, a horrible cycle. Like, I'm not over here trying to downplay polygamy. If anybody out there who is in a polygamy relationship and want to share their story, whether you could leave it in a comment section or send an email to beautifulstartforyou@gmail.com, please do. If you are in this live right now, I don't even know if the chat is on or whatever. I just be getting on here and just talking my opinion. But if you are in a polygamy relationship, please share your experience. If you have previously been in one, share your experience, because from what I've seen, you feel what I'm saying, and what I know about it, you know, um, these dudes don't be having nothing to offer their women. Nothing. 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 You feel what I'm saying? But please share your experience. But the whole point I was trying to make is, you have women who be in marriages with men, and throughout time, these men introduce these practices that these women don't even be down for. And because that woman loved them so much, they willing to endure certain embarrassment. Because to me, if you the type of woman that wants to be that married wife, and a homemaker and all that stuff, and really be in it, you feel what I'm saying? Then when someone comes to you and be like, well, I don't even want that no more, and I want you to meet this woman named Rebecca, Susan, Shanika, whatever, whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever name, and they introduce that to you and say, oh, well, I don't even, I'm not trying to be in a one-on-one marriage. I want multiple women, whatever. That's a shock, and that's a major hurt. You feel what I'm saying? But they come in with that. They bringing that to you. But if that's something that you don't want, then that's something that you have to stand on and say, I don't want that, rather than allowing yourself to be miserable to make someone else happy. It's good to walk away from certain situations that you don't want to be a part of. That was one thing for a woman and a man to both be in agreement with it, that's something that they both want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a man who wants another wife, and then a woman, she wants a sister wife. She wants someone to help out, or however the arrangement is, right? But she in agreement with it. That's something totally different. Totally different than to be forced to do something that you don't want to do because you love somebody or because you don't want to be with nobody else. That's certain sacrifices that I don't think that we should be making for other people because they not going to do that for us. And I'm just putting that out there. Like before I used to think like that. I used to feel like, oh, if I be nice to certain people, if I go the extra mile, if I show this person how much I love them, that oh, they're gonna be with me in some way, shape, or form, or they're gonna see that I really love them and sacrifice the way that I'm sacrificing for them. But no, they are self-seeking, seeking whatever it is that they want, and they're gonna get what they want, and they're gonna bounce. Right? It's certain people out there that's going to utilize every situation for their benefit. You know, a long time ago, I had somebody tell me that they treat everybody the same. This person was like, you know what? I treat people that I don't like the same as the people that I like. You won't never know who I dislike and who I like because I treat everyone the same. And for the longest, I used to be like, what? Like that statement kind of like went over my head. But then, like, as I've gotten older, as I've did my own studying, as I've uh, am an observer of people, because I don't want to say I'm nosy, but I'm very observant. You know, that statement comes from someone who is into using people that they like and that they dislike because they're looking for opportunities. They feel they making the door more open for them. You know what I'm saying? They making everything that they want a possibility through. They're gonna get it through people that they like and people that they don't like. Because think about it. If you don't know someone don't like you and they treated you really nice, and because remember, we remember people based on how they make us feel. You know what I'm saying? And if whether they like you or not, if they treated you good and you be like, oh, I remember when I was there and this person looked out for me, they made me feel whatever, you're going to think about them. Like, oh, this person did say they was looking for some type of work in construction, or they was looking for this, and my interaction with them, they was very nice, not even knowing, unbeknownst to you, that this person don't like you. You know what I'm saying? But because they treated you really good, you're gonna think about them. And that speaks to me, that speaks a lot of volume. Well, this is a fake society anyway. It's just a fake, you know what I'm saying? Fake love, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Opportunities even come through people that you necessarily, you know, don't like, and it is what it is. So, and that's what it is. Like some people are just they just have that mindset, and this particular person, they didn't keep that thought to themselves. They said that out loud, right? But there's a lot of people out there that have different like belief systems and different things that they stand by, and they're not going to allow anyone to get in their way, whether that person liked them or not. They're not even going to, allow anybody to mess up what they have. Let me drink some of this. It's early. Did I just spill it on me? Oh Lord. But one second, hold on. Cause I don't spill this. I need a napkin. Oh boy. So I had went and got a straw so I could put this. Cause I got this cup, but I ain't have no straw or no top or nothing with it. And when I went to drink it, it kind of spilled a little bit. So I'm just gonna put a little top on it and then put a straw. It's like one of them little clear cups that you drink like the coffee latte out of. That's the type of cup I have, but I was trying to drink it and it just spilled. It's mad sweet. The straw got all the damn stuff on the bottom. God damn. I gotta. If I would have had the camera, maybe I'm gonna go like really live, like so you guys could see me, cause I know you guys hear everything that's going on in the background or whatever. But I gotta stir this. It's just everything's on the bottom. I don't know if you guys hear that, but yeah, some people are going to use people that they hate and they like. Hate and love. They looking for opportunities. They don't care about nothing else. So it is what it is. But even just being aware of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some people out there that's like that. That's just like there's some guys out there, whether they like you or not, if they want, you know what I'm saying, to get some action going on, they want some action with Miss Jackson, and they don't like Miss Jackson, but they gonna pretend that they like Miss Jackson just so that they could get action with Miss Jackson. Yeah. Guys pretend to be women friends just to get in between the legs, you know. And there's some women out there that pretend that they like men just to get some bread. Okay. There's some people out there that pretend to like people just so that they can have a place to stay. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. But the point I'm trying to make is that how you want your life to be? Straight up and down. Like, do you want your life to be like that? Like, how you want your life to be? Like how you want to be maneuvering? You know, a lot of times people become of a certain age and they get so caught up in the routine of life and they forget to really check in with themselves and to be like, oh, is this the life that I really want for myself? Is this how I really want to be maneuvering in life? Do I still want to be with this person that I want to be with? Is me and my friends growing together or we not growing together? Like, what's tea? Like, you feel what I'm saying? And if you say to yourself, like, I'm tired of people playing me. I'm tired of, you know, being an object of people's jokes or people shitting on me. Yeah, I could say, can we say shitting on this thing? People playing me or people doing XYZ, right? And you say that to yourself, then you have the opportunity, or then you could bounce, right? You could just be like, yo, I'm not dealing with this no more. Just because you got a phone on me, you got to answer it. I'm just saying. That's just my that's just my take on it. I won't answer my phone and not feel guilty about nothing, because what I realize is that people do the most heinous acts, the most craziest acts, and I feel not one guilt about it. They don't feel no guilt. They feel indifferent about the situation. It's like It's crazy how some people is mad. Like some people care and other people don't care. They do not care, and they all about themselves. And they maneuver life like that. They like, yo, it's a doggy dog world out here. Every man for themselves. You know, I know you did this for me, but you know what? I can't compromise my happiness for you. Like you don't mean nothing to me. You feel what I'm saying? You know how many women out there done got played by a dude that they loved and care about, and they didn't care nothing about them. They didn't care. They publicly and in the background humiliated them. They did all that, you know. And it's crazy. It's like for a guy to publicly humiliate you, publicly, like, you know, a lot of times, you know, stuff like that happens behind closed doors, right? You know, things may have been said, people say things that's just so hurtful, right? Especially for someone that you looking out for, that you are having certain intercourse with. Like you laying down with this person. This is the person that you are vowed. Like you're vowing your time to. Like you marry, you make a vow, whatever. And this person is like, oh, I don't want to be with you no more. Like, not even that. They don't even say, I don't want to be with you no more. They don't even let you go. Because I feel like for a guy to tell you, oh, I don't want to be with you no more, it's over. If a guy leave you for a woman, you know, you find out this person is cheating, and it's like the most heinous thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if a guy gets another girl pregnant, have a whole nother family with somebody else, you know what I'm saying? That joint, like, you know, it's for this is for individuals. Like some things are not, some things aren't going to end a relationship. I'm just saying, like, some things aren't going to end a relationship. Like some people feel like, oh, you know, having a baby's not a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, you know, having a baby's not a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? Some people like, you know what, catching an STD or an incurable disease is not a deal breaker. You know, it is not a deal breaker if the guy knock you off of the side of your head and give you a black eye, give you a fracture, give you a concussion. I seen something online the other day where a guy told somebody to hit another woman, hit they spouse in the head, clock them in the head. Oh, they won't know what's wrong with the person. They won't know what's wrong with your wife or your girlfriend if you just clock her in the head like bung. You know, just do that, and they not gonna. No, it's called blunt force trauma. Like the ignorance that people put out there is it's just like out of this world. Like people are so ignorant, right? But if you have someone that be like, oh yeah, you're nothing to me, you ain't shit to me, I don't care what happens to you, you know, especially it's just this other thing, right? That it's embarrassing. Like this joint is so embarrassing. Like I just feel like certain things that women experience, right, has to be so embarrassing and shame that could result in a lot of shame. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of women out there that's walking around with shame and guilt because of a certain type of experiences that they had with men. Or probably with, you know what I'm saying? It could be same sex. This ain't no, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So like walking around with shame and guilt because of what some guy told you that you love, that you really love. Like, it's crazy because especially when you have a good heart and you really love somebody and they really like say crazy stuff to you and put you down. You feel what I'm saying? And the worst thing is staying with someone like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's something weird about this society. Like, and what I've noticed, I'm gonna do like a whole research and a whole lecture on this because it's like as I get older, I just start to see certain thought patterns, especially like within that I've noticed. And it's not just one woman. This is collectively, so it has to be like some type of thought form, some type of practice or certain type of behavior or patterns that certain women, because it's like you have certain women who are always in an abusive, toxic relationship, but then you have other women who have never ever dealt with the disrespect. Like, I mean, the disrespect, it's just so weird. Like, I had a woman that told me, like, I have never had a man talk to me like that. Like, I have never had a man disrespect me. Now, this is from, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some people out there that be fronting. You feel what I'm saying? They ain't gonna let nobody know nothing about them. You know what I'm saying? There's some people out there, they just not gonna do it. They not gonna do it. However, there's some people out there who experiences is like day and night. That's just like you have people who was raised in extreme poverty from people who were raised and everyone had money. Raised where, they was raised where they was rich, big house, cars and all this stuff, everything handed to them, very spoiled, right? We could agree that people lifestyles and upbringings is different, right? You have some kids who was born to parents who treated them so good, where you have other kids who's born to parents who treated them like nothing, who you feel what I'm saying, like was just horrendous behavior or treatment. You feel what I'm saying? So we could agree that there is some type of like different experiences. But this certain experience where or thought form that a lot of people like, you know what I'm saying? Like what you like, right? If a guy treats you good, you know, see this is a far-fetched idea, but even even within that, because my thing is, right, because the idea that I have is like, people always want to be in relationships with people who don't even like them. Like, how you want to be with somebody who don't like you? Like, why are you chasing behind someone who like don't care about you? That's showing like a lack of interest for you, who's putting other people before you. That's just like when I think about a woman that's chasing a man, right? You ever heard of this show called The Parkers? And it's about this woman. She's a single parent. Well, she's a how could I say this? Well, Monique played in it. She's a well-known comedian, very funny, very entertaining. I forgot Countess Vaughn. She playing it, so she was on the Moesha show with Brandy. But it's pretty much just about this woman and her adult daughter going back to school, and yeah, that's pretty much the show, right? They going back to school, a mother and daughter in the same college. You know what I'm saying? The woman had to sacrifice going to college to raise her child, and now her child was a adult herself. You know what I'm saying? A young adult, and she's going back to college. Now she has the opportunity. Now the mom has the opportunity to go back to school. But in this show, the mom, who was Monique, right, is chasing after this dude who like clearly doesn't even want to be with her. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is like in real life, right? You have people out there that be chasing after men who don't want them, and the difference is these men don't want them, but they still smash. So it's like you have a guy out there, he don't want to be with you or nothing like that. He see you chasing him, doing all this stuff. And this is the society now where these men, they want women to chase after them because women somehow made men, and that's another thought form. That's a part of the thought form that I was thinking about too. Like that thought form where you have these women out here chasing behind these men, right? And doing everything for them, taking them out, doing things. I don't think as a East Coast thing. I think this is this is like a collective thing, right? A certain some women do it, not all, and like taking care of these guys and doing all this stuff for these men, and they don't care. They won't even do it for you, son, at all. Like I seen some women out there struggling, going into a shelter, all this stuff. How the hell you see your woman struggling and all this stuff, and you won't even get a job to take care of your woman and y'all child that y'all have together? So you're willing to watch her struggle and go into the shelter system to try to sustain a place for her and your child to live together, right? I seen guys that go to like shelters, right, that women are staying in, or even you have women out there that's like renting rooms and stuff like that, or living with family members that's in the most, like, that's struggling, with the struggle. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I have only affluent women that listen to me. I feel like it's a combination, you know, in different socioeconomic statuses. However, you know, I'm this is what this discussion is today. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's some men out there who they know a woman is struggling, but they'll go to a shelter or go to a room this girl's renting, bang her out. You feel what I'm saying? And then leave. And they don't even give. They not even buying none of these chicks no food, no McDonald's, no White Castles. You know what I'm saying? No Gleezies. It's what you young guys like the young group of people like to call hot dogs now. I was sitting back like I'm 40 and stuff, right? But it's a lot of new slang, and I'm like, I had to pull out the Urban Dictionary. I'm like, yo, I know I'm not that old. I'm just like, oh, what is the new slang? But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But like, it won't even, you know, give a chick a couple of dollars, none of that. They just be like, oh, let me smash and bounce. You know, they don't even care. what you got going on. They're only interested in what their intentions are or what it is that they want. So it doesn't even matter what it is that you want. And that's what, a lot of women have to become aware of, because a lot of times these guys are just interested in whatever it is that they want from the situation, right? And a lot of times what they want from the situation is, is below your belly button. You know what I'm saying? Is to get in between your legs and to get into your head. What a rapper said, one rapper said, no remote, I control these bitches. They want to get in your head, then they want to get into your head, get in between your legs, manipulate you, and steal your bread. That rhyme. I should be a rapper, huh? The next album is, let me stop, but yeah. But even with that, like, once you peep certain things that these guys do, but going back to that whole shelter thing, vice versa, when a woman see a man struggling, right? Certain women, I'm not going, because y'all not going to come for me. All right, y'all not coming for me. I'm talking about a certain particular type of woman, right? Because women, that's so broad. Like, there's different. We are all operating under different programs. I'm just saying, but some of these programs are the same, and other programs are not the same, and it is what it is. But for this program that I'm talking about, okay, is a guy will watch a woman struggle with some men. Let's put some men, because y'all not gonna come for me either. So, you know what I'm saying? Some of them guys out there, you feel me? Some of them, they'll watch a woman struggle, right? But then some women won't watch a man struggle. Like, they won't. They won't watch a man struggle. Like, I was watching this show. What show? I think it was like a court show. Like, I don't know which court. Like, there's so many judges. They even got judges that ain't judges judging. So I'm like, all right, this person don't even have a law degree. Like, what's going on here? But anyway, that's another topic, another video, whatever. And this woman was like, I guess, suing this guy for like money and stuff like that he was supposed to give her, because this guy, he had just got out of jail, and I guess he went to go stay with like a aunt, or uncle, or cousin, or just a family member, because I'm summarizing this. So he went to go stay with a family member, and when he was going to stay with a family member, he saw this chick in front of the building. This woman, let me stop saying chick. But then again, I'm like, you know what? This is a conversation. Please chime in, tell me what you think or whatever. And I'm anywho, she saw, it was this woman in front of the building. She saw the guy coming in who just got out of jail or whatever. Or maybe he was coming out of the building. I don't really know or whatever. I know it takes, the setting is in front of the building. And somehow they start talking and all this stuff. And to make a long story short, this woman, and this is this is so stupid, right? This is so stupid and dumb. And don't you guys out there ever do this, okay? Don't do this, but this is this woman's experience. And hey, I done made dumb choices. I'm pretty sure you guys could leave some of your experiences making dumb choices in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. Sometimes we make dumb choices. It's just that serious. It's just that simple. Whatever. Some of us are able to overcome the dumb decisions, and some people are still dealing with the consequences of those dumb decisions. Okay, but anyway, make a long story short, she ended up moving this guy into her apartment because for whatever reason he didn't get along with his family member that lived in the building. So she let him move in with her with the grounds that he'll find a job and everything like within a month. She even was helping him, you know, fill out applications. She even was like trying to help him. Like she was like really helping him, like really helping him. And then like the first month went by, 2 months went by. All he was doing was just laying in the house smoking weed, eating cereal. He wasn't doing nothing. And it's just like, that situation is absolutely crazy, but it's something that happened. And she went out her way to help this guy who he wasn't even helping himself. He wasn't even helping himself. You mean to tell me you got out of jail, was able to get a place to stay with someone who's helping you, a beautiful young woman who's helping you, and you can't even get a job with the people like with UPS? UPS. He could have did Uber Eats, DoorDash. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's good on her behalf. She got rid of him, but don't be letting none of these dudes stay with you. Girl, bye. Mm-mm. She really did have a good heart though, but in this society and this day and time, you got to be careful who you let in your house, because you let somebody in your house and they'll blow all y'all heads off. Okay, because people is crazy out there. I'm just saying, and that's in general. It's not just people who's coming out of jail. There's people out there who never been in jail, and you just randomly let them stay with you, just like this guy or whatever. I was watching the news. Well, now I really would. See, you don't even have to watch the news for the news to come to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So let me not even put that out there talking about I was watching the news. Yeah, I watched the news clip that happened to be on the feed. Okay? The feed. And then I don't even have to watch news clips for people to be like, oh, did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? Da, 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 da. Like, you're going to hear about it. So with this particular, I done forgot what I was talking about. My mind just went blank. So don't y'all hate it when y'all be talking? Then all of a sudden it's just like, it just went wipe. Like, yo, what the hell happened? It's just like, yo, my mind just went zap. Like, what the hell? I don't forgot what the hell I was going to say. Maybe that's a sign for me to get off. Damn, I don't forgot what. Let me drink some. Hey, it happens to the best of us. Oh, the news clip. I know it was a news clip. I was watching a news clip. But what was the point about the news clip? Let me see the news clip. Oh, shit. I forgot. Oh, well, but anyway, don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty that you know what I'm saying, you forgot what you was talking about, you know what I'm saying? It happens to the best of us. I'm trying not to feel. What was the news clip I forgot, yo. That's crazy. It's early in the morning, yo. It's the sun definitely is is coming up. It didn't come up yet, but the sun is rising. That's when you start, like, talking about random stuff when you forget about forget the topic. I knew it was something about a news clip. Lord. Anywho, maybe I should get off of this because now I'm like, I don't forgot what the hell. I don't forgot what the hell I was talking about. But anywho, yeah, I'm gonna get off of this. I'm gonna call it a live. But anyway, definitely go to www.beautifulstartpodcast.com, www.beautifulstartpodcast.com.